If you're in the hunt for a premium quality electric SUV, one that's great for daily use, one that's great for driving the kids about, but then one that's inspiring to actually drive yourself when you want to drive, what separates the Mercedes EQC 400 from its competitors? Well, because it's familiar. Mercedes have been very clever. They've built the EQC on the same platform as the GLC, which we see on the road every single day. And instantly, when you see the EQC, you think luxury, reliable, yet familiar. But do not be deceived. This is no normal Mercedes. Mercedes have stripped out their internal combustion engine and replaced it with two electric motors attached to an 85 kilowatt battery, delivering some good speed and reasonable range. Let's check out the styling of the EQC 400, and it's got a light bar front and back, and you know how much Duncan loves a light bar, way up there on the love list, but it goes around the whole of the front set of the lights, curves round, it looks really cool. There's some lovely blue detail in the lights as well, and when you initially start the car up, the lights do a bit of a jiggy dance to each other. Proper cool. Nice grille area and real air vents on the side, designed to take some pressure off the front of the nose of the car and bleed the air through the side. Speaking of the side, 21-inch spokey wheels. I'm a huge fan of those spokey alloy wheels that Mercedes have got on the EQC. And there's a step, great for if you have kids to get in the back, if you have somebody elder in the family, or if you want to wash the roof. We've done that before. If I had a handrail up there, you could actually lean off the side of the car, but probably not the best thing to do. As you make your way around towards the back, the boot's fairly large. 501 litres of boot space in here with extra under storage floor space there. And to put the seats down, toggle that switch and it gives you 1060 litres of boot space, 1060 litres of boot space. Push the button, down she comes, never rush perfection, EQC 400. And no frunk on this car. Clearly, Mercedes still flirting with which aspects of modern EVs they want to include in their fleet of luxury motors, but it doesn't break my heart that we don't have one on this particular car. When you sit yourself inside the cockpit for the first time, it just feels like a Mercedes. It feels like luxury, elegance, and it's a stunning place to be. Yes, it may look like the GLC on the outside, the petrol diesel counterpart, but when you're inside, it's a completely redesigned interior from the dashboard right the way down. I love the infotainment in the dashboard, how they're one big long panel and they marry up together. And the infotainment thing, you can actually swipe through on your finger, you can do that on the steering wheel as well, and you've also got a touchpad down here. I've absolutely loved playing with all the functions in this the minute I got in the car, especially on the doors, the heated seats, you can have them on. And there's even 3 options for you on the door there for memory points of the seat. So you can actually have push 1, 2 or 3 and you can put all your settings into the seat, so it's just perfect for when you get in. And you have to look at the doors as well, because all the design features that they've got in the doors here, the black wood finish into the silver area, this reminds me of Mercedes heritage way back to the silver arrows of the 30s, the racing car design that they used to have, and this lovely finish along the top here. Mercedes have really gone all out luxury in the EQC, so well done, Mr. Benz. Ooh, this is nice, isn't it? Yeah, comfortable seats in the back of the EQC, nice deep tint in the privacy glass, dual climate controls down there, and a couple of hidden away USBs with a 12-volt power supply, like that, tucked away. You've got an armrest here. Unfortunately, there's no drinks holders. Aha, look at this. Tucked away cleverly, like that a lot, and adjustable to take any size of cup. Yes, ISOFIXes are tucked away as well, some extra storage there, good headroom, good legroom, kept it fresh. Well done, Mercedes, let's drive it. As we leave the fabulous Glen Bervie house here, I already know that this Mercedes EQC 400 is going to be sensational to drive. Mercedes have the perfect way of executing the finer detail in all their cars. So let's hit the road and see exactly what it's all about. The EQC 400 sits on 21-inch spokey alloy wheels, as we've already spoken about, and the road noise is almost non-existent. Inside the cockpit, it's such a smooth ride, and when you accelerate, you know exactly what type of car you're driving. You're in an EV. Slightly soft suspension, so when you go through a pothole or a bump area, you're going to get a bit of a jump scare and you're going to notice that. However, when you get onto an open road and accelerate, wow, away she goes. Not unlike any other EV on the market, the EQC 400 is quicker off the line than any internal combustion unit. That's what EVs give you. 402 brake horsepower, 0 to 62 in 5.1 seconds. When you put your foot down, it goes. And I just can't stop putting my foot down. And those speeds are very impressive because it does weigh 2.5 tons. It doesn't feel like you drive a 2.5 ton vehicle because it does feel nice and nimble and agile as you drive along this country road that we're on just now. But ultimately, that does hinder the range. And speaking of range, Mercedes tells us the EQC will get around 230 to 259 miles from a full charge. But if you drive it with urgency, expect those numbers to be much lower. And to complement the mileage, help you up it a little bit yourself, which I love doing, you've got these nifty paddles behind the steering wheel. And they're in D, D-, D+, and there's also D Auto. Now when you go into D+, that is the least hindrance on the car at all. It really just wants to sail around the corners. It freewheels with very little going back in towards the actual battery, not much regeneration. You go to D-, and that's when it becomes pretty heavy. D-1, not too bad. D-2, which I'll go into just now, when you lift off, it's almost like you're hitting the brake. So effectively, it's like one pedal driving. It slows the car down and puts so much back into the battery. On the topic of one pedal driving, it's a topic and word that gets thrown about a lot. And I've used it myself in other vehicles. So right now, effectively our one pedal driving is me doing 34 miles as I lift off from 34 miles per hour, and the car brings itself to a very quick halt itself. And there we go. It doesn't completely stop, it gets to 3 miles per hour, and then you have to just breathe on the brake pedal. So effectively it is one pedal driving, but it's not 100% one pedal driving. But that's what it does for you. Quite cool. For charging the EQC 400, if you're at home in a wall box, a 6.4 kilowatt hour wall box will take you 11 hours to charge it from 10 to 100% overnight. 11 hours. If you can get a charger at 110 kilowatts and you want to go from 10 to 80%, 40 minutes is your maximum. Let's see what the brakes are like from national speed limit down to stop at this roundabout. So here we go, 60 miles per hour, onto the brakes now, and there we go. Yeah, she stops. But I've always found with EVs, anything that weighs 2.5 tons, never going to be the sharpest to stop. It's not going to stop like my race car, but it does stop. The brakes are definitely there, and the pedal feels nice under your foot. Modes of driving effectively give you 5, okay? You've got Sport, Eco, Comfort, you've got an individual one, and you've got possibly my new favourite, Maximum Range. Maximum range, like that. Sport, well, that kicks in that second motor in the back, doesn't it? And that gives you that urgency to get going. Comfort, it just kind of flattens out the sport effect. When you go into Eco mode, you get what feels like a block put under the accelerator pedal. A very clever thing that Mercedes have done there. So it feels like you've accelerated to your maximum, but you haven't. But they're reducing what you can use. You can push through it and get more power, and away you go. And then you get maximum range, and really, it is exactly what it says on the tin. Designed to give you maximum range in your EV. And it's probably a mode in this one that a lot of people will be trying to keep in their favour. Brand new EQCs will run you around £65,000, but on arnoldclark.com there are exceptional savings on nearly new cars. Go and have a look for yourself. For me, this car is lovely to drive on country roads. It's nice to drive on motorways as well. I do like the cruise control that it has. Would it do as a daily driver for the Vincent family? Absolutely it would. When you get on these country roads as well, you can push it on a little bit if the road conditions and the corners allow you to. It doesn't feel like it's going to suddenly jump out from underneath me. It feels quite planted and positive on the road. And would it be a daily driver? Yes, it would. Would it be something to take on a long journey on the motorway? Possibly, depends where I was going. But I do like the EQC 400. Not only does the EQC 400 give you an eco drive, it also offers you luxury and state-of-the-art features. It's spacious inside, it's got some fabulous features for you to play with, and it gives you some decent range as well. But does it redefine what it means to drive an electric SUV? We want you guys to tell us. I'm Duncan Vincent, this is Arnold Clark YouTube channel. Like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that little bell icon so you never miss an upload from us. Until next time, enjoy driving.